Happy Wind Down Wednesday and Kings of Napa Review Day. It is your girl Lauren Mathis Cornish from Love Story Mobile Winery back with another video. So grab your glass. It was a lot to talk about in this episode 4 that we got to discuss. So grab your wine glass, come on down, let's kiki and talk all things Kings of Napa. Hey everybody, how you all doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing time. Today, we are going to be having an amazing conversation about the new episode of Kings of Napa on Network TV. Baby, let me tell you, this episode was juicy and it had a lot of plots and twists and turns. And I'm just going to tell you, it was all the tea. It was all the tea. So, I want you all to sit down. Let's have a conversation. Before we get started, if you all are new to me, let me introduce myself to you. My name is Lauren Mathis Cornish, and I am the creator of Love Story Mobile Winery. And I am a small wine business owner based in the DMV area. And I'm also an independent wine consultant with Wine Shop at Home. And I specialize in wine tastings, paint and sips, wine reviews, wine making classes, wine making cocktail classes, wine reviews, luxury picnics, paint and sips, and so much more. And also Kings of Napa wine reviews. Baby, we have a good time over here with some glass of wine. So before we go any further, I need you to do me 4 things. I need you to, number 1, like this video. I need you to, number 2, subscribe to the channel. And number 3, I need you to hit the notification button to each and every time that I drop a video so you don't miss a beat. And also number 4, I need you to share. I need you to share. I need you to tag in all your friends, all your wine lovers, family members, and let's just grow our community and just talk all things wine. We have a good time over here. It is a great vibe, and we just drink wine and just have an amazing experience. So come on and sit down. Let's have a discussion. And if you are new to me, well, not if you're new to me, but if you are one of my experienced lovers, hey boo, hey, thank you for all for all your support. I can't talk today, but thank you for all your support. I really do appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you all today the wine of today. Now, the wine of the day that we are actually showing you all, it is something new. I just uploaded a video about it. It is a great wine. It is our Holly Son Cellars Bordeaux wine. This is our 2019 Bordeaux wine. And it is a great dry wine from France. It is mixed with Merlot, 75% Merlot, and 25% Cabernet Sauvignon. It is a great wine. It has 13.8% alcohol in it. It is a dry wine. You serve this room temperature, and this will also go well with some. It could go well with steak. It can go well with the roast. This will also, I'm going to see and try out this week how it will go well with a vegan jackfruit pulled pork, vegan jackfruit pulled jackfruit, like a vegan pulled pork, like a pulled pork, but plant based, and it's just an amazing wine. Also, you could pair it with Monterey Jack cheese. You could pair it with pepper jack. You could pair it with goat cheese or sheep cheese as well. And so we're going to sip this wine, and I'm going to tell you all what we taste in the wine. So you can taste the blueberries. You can taste the plums. And you can also taste raspberries, blackberries. It has a really smoky oak taste to it, and also a smoky tobacco taste. It's a really, really great wine. A young Bordeaux. And I would say I would give this like a 4 out of 4. So that is our wine of the day. Without further ado, let's get into the video and let's have a conversation about Kings of Napa. First and foremost, I think with our Kings and Napa videos, we need to start discussing the fashion. I'm a fashion girl. I love fashion, and honey, let me tell you, so far, baby, the fashion day don't miss a beat. I mean, August she stays slaying. Mama she stays dressing. She gives off the wealthy, regal, elegant, fabulous mama. The auntie, well, I would tell you, she just a beautiful BBW. She slays each and every time, especially when she is a wig Easter, honey. She got it going on. The brothers, they keeping it well. They keep doing it good as well. Dana, he is an impeccable dresser. And also, Christian, he has the drip. He knows the wave. He is all the wave. And his wife, well, I tell you, she is just melanin goddess. When you look at her, oh, just, she's a vibe, right? It's like she is perfect in every way. Okay? And also Bridget, we cannot forget about Bridget. Bridget, she is like the boho chic diva. Okay? I love each and every piece of the fashion that they give us. It's just, it's a vibe. It's a vibe, okay? So, we knocked down the fashion. Now, let's get into today's episode. All right, so today's episode, they dive into the extortion. Now, we all know, they are this amazing grand amazing grand black-owned winery that is built off of love and black excellence, and also some scandal in it. And we all just we all have found out that there is an extortion. Well, that the family, or Reggie, the father, who is now deceased, has been paying off an extortionist to paying off an extortionist because, baby, he just full of drama and just full of mess, and he just stay in the mess. And so August and Dana had rented a PI. Had went and rented out a PI, or hired a PI, to figure out what all was going on and who this extortionist is, and and just get all the tea on what's going on behind the closed doors and what they probably got going on. So they hired. They hired the PI. He's going around, investigating and doing his job, and he's doing an excellent job. And then he finds out that that the winemaking and the vineyard manager, whose name is Otis, who he's been a long time vineyard manager. He could possibly be tied into the extortion situation. And so he goes in, and finds out that, that Otis he's bought a new boat, that is worth $80,000, and that he has the offshore account that had $50,000 plus. They call a family meeting. They try to have a discussion about it. But Dana, he is, he's being the man baby that he is, and just, he's just having a power play with his sister because he feels as if, number one, he's the oldest brother who's been slighted. He's been slighted by his parents, because they put August, the queen diva, the second child, they put her ahead of them in order to run the family business and run the vineyard. And so you get to explain the family dynamic. You get to see, it's just a whole bunch of muck that's going on. So they find out that Otis, he is possibly a part of the extortions. Then fast forward, Bridget, she goes over to the partnering their partners, new partners vineyard, to ask and look around their vineyard and see, because they're collaborating. They're collaborating to make a new wines and a new wine collection, a sweet wine collection. And so as she goes over there, she knows that, checking their vines, and she noticed that it's kind of dry. And they are asking questions, and they're in the process of, hiring, or looking into getting security. And then she noticed something wasn't right about that. And so one of the owners, he walked off to, handle the problems that they had going on, but then he came back, and they end up, discussing that, hey, we are being, we have been extorted out of $150,000 a month, and we have to give this up a month, because we've been threatened, and they're really afraid. And so they have a conversation, and they talk about it. And Bridget goes back over to August and Dana, and try to alert them and say, hey, we need to have a conversation because it's getting real. Not only are we being extorted, but with the people who we're partnering with, to make our sweet wines, they're being extorted as well. Fast forward, Dana has this, Dana and Melanie, Melanie is Vanessa, the mother's sister. They have a meeting, and she tried, and so in order to, they have a meeting, and they have a lunch date, and then they, talk about how they can, clean up his image, and make it more polished. And she's also trying to get herself back into the family business, because she's on the outs with her sister, since, come to find out, she was sleeping with Reggie, and Bridget, her daughter, is actually Reggie's child. And so she schedules a interview and a photo shoot with the magazine, with the reporter. And so, they're having this amazing time, what they think is an amazing time. But, Dana, he's being the big baby that he is. He's, taking all these pictures, and, and all the women and everyone is around, the family is around. But he is constantly throwing jabs and being disrespectful to all the women in the family, including his wife, his mother, his sister. It even gets to a point when the photographer and the assistants, they had asked for his wife to come and take a picture, because they wanted to, show the woman behind Dana, and also, depict black love, right? And he slights her and was like, no, I don't want her. I want my aunt. And she is a businesswoman, and she's not just some, trashing his mother at the same time. She's not just this housewife. Now he's still pissed off with his mama, because he thought, because it came out the wash that he has some issues with him being having dwarfism, and also the secret that was let out about the family his mother and father had contemplated having an abortion. And so he's still angry about that, because he just don't know the whole truth, right? So he is just disrespecting his mama, calling her, just a bum housewife, and just disrespecting his wife, just slighting her, just throwing shots at his sister, and just being really a jerk. And so Bridget comes in, and as he takes a jab at Bridget, but also tries to, cause a divisive relationship, or torn in between the family even more. Bridget, she puts her foot down and say, listen, Bridget and August, they, tell him both, hey, listen, get your butt in here. It's a family emergency. We need to have a conversation right now. And they have a conversation. He goes in and have a conversation, and finds out that the extortionist is planning to poison their vineyards. So they call for a family emergency meeting, and they try to do finish up the interview, but it just went. The interview and the family meeting just went shot to hell. So as the interview was going on, and they were supposed to take a break, The reporter was supposed to take a break. She actually had kept recording them without their knowledge of them, just displaying all their family drama and airing out all their family secrets, including what's going down going down at the with the vineyard. And so she walks in 5 minutes later, and they said, "Wait a minute, have you been recording this?" She said, "Yeah, I ain't got to come back for no more. I got all the juicy stuff that I need. I'm gonna put this information out." They, they try to stop it. She slices them and walks out the door. Mama has had enough. Vanessa, she comes through and say, "Listen, I'm tired of all the secrets. She was like, I am not no frail, fragile woman. I'm tired of all the secrets. I need y'all to keep it real with me, and we gonna have a conversation." She said, she said, "Bad enough. My husband died. Then I found out when he dies that he slept with my sister, had a baby by my niece is actually my stepdaughter, and he had all his money problems. It's and it's just." She's like, "I'm sick of it. I'm running this show now. Y'all ain't gotta keep nothing from me." And so the sisters walk off. Vanessa and Melanie, they walk off and they have a conversation. And so Vanessa just let her sister have it, as she should, because I just don't understand for the life of me that that's your sister. Let's get something straight here. Cardinal rule number one, sister rule number one. Your sister is your blood, your best friend, and she's just your everything, okay? Let's just say you never, ever, ever, ever sleep with your sister's husband, sleep with your sister's man. That's just absolutely not okay, ever okay. Let's just put that down in the books. If a man ever comes to you, this is just advice for me to you. Your sister is your sister. How they used to always say, bros before hoes, or bros before hoes. Your sister comes from broke down N-words. We ain't gonna say it, but broke down Negroes. Okay? Never, 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 ever, ever, I don't care what it is, you never ever break the bond and hurt your sister by sleeping with her man and having babies by him. That's so tacky and ghetto. I mean, it's so classless. You're going to be jealous of your sister, and your sister, she giving you any and everything that you got, that she has, and lifting you up. And you're going to repay her by sleeping around with her husband and having a baby by him? Girl, you need your tail beat, but you need to be jumped. Let's just keep it 100. You need your tail beat, okay? Vaseline, you need your wig snatched. You need to be checked real quick, because that right there, I just can't rock with. I mean, that's just so tacky and so nasty and so low down and gutter and just gutter rat. That's what that is. Just a plain gutter rat. Okay, so we got that all. But she said, you slept with my man. That was mine, not yours. She said, if you hiding any secrets from me, you better tell me. Baby, as she gathered her sister together by her and snatched her by her edges, Vanessa then told it all. She said, go check his cigar boxes. Now, ladies, I'm going to tell you this. And here's a little advice. And I'm learning as a married woman myself. My grandmother, she always, gave me a little advice, about men and stuff like that as I was coming up as a girl. And she always said, always don't be so blind to not know or be in the know about certain things, and, when it comes down to your man. Okay? And always, always make sure that no matter what the situation is, I mean, you can have a rich, wealthy man who could put you up and give you all the whirlwinds and Cinderella feels and the happy ever after and take care of you, but make sure you always have your own and always have an emergency fund, okay? And it's also good if you got some money, baby, go hire you a PI just to keep it. I mean, you ain't got to know nothing. My husband right here, he looking at me, and I'm just saying it right now. Baby, hire you a good PI. Always stay in the know, okay? That's going to save you some headaches, and you can still keep it cute. He ain't got to know nothing. Keep an eye on your man. You be all right, okay? And keep an eye on them bank accounts, too. Even find out about the offshore ones. We got those, too. Just stay in the know, okay? That's the little advice that I'm going to give you. But anywho, she finds, Melanie, she tells her, listen, we had conversations. This is a serious situation. She said, we mainly only talked about Bridget, but he also told me about the business. He told me about the extortion. And she said, he told me about the business. He told me about the extortion. And it's really serious. He was like, people were threatening you. Your life and your children's life is at danger. And he ended up starting to, he was paying money and had money, stashing money away just in case you all needed to escape to go, from the country. So she goes and runs to his, to the office, and she tells her to check his cigar box. She went back there. She checked his cigar box, and what did she find? She found fake passports, fake IDs of everybody, of hers, her children, and everything. So even though he was a messy man, he loved his wife, and he made sure his wife and his kids was going to be safe. And he had money and everything else that was, stashed to the side just in case they had to run away. So fast forward, they all come back and, and have a meeting, and and Dana, he brought up a good idea. He said, listen, I think that this is, above us. We need to, hire we need to get the FBI in contact, involved, because this is really serious. August, she said, listen, let's wait. Let's see what's going on. Let's, give our PI a little bit, buy him a little bit more time to figure out exactly who it is. Because she wanted to nip it in the bud to see if it was really, or see if it was really Otis. Because Otis has been with their family for a very long time. And she said, my father was close to him. He paid for his wife's chemotherapy. And then she says, I refuse to call the police on him, because, and especially because he's another black man. And we all know, especially in this day and climate, that what Black Lives Matter and what the police do, what are our black men, I'm just going to keep that there. So, anywho, so she says she wanted to wait for a little while longer. But come to find out later on, they all find out that there was no time. Otis might be the one who is really dealing with it. And so Dana, he ends up calling the police. The police ends up coming to the vineyard. Dana ends up running to a van and getting into a car accident. Fast forward, we start to get into the love life of August. Okay, so August's little first love, he comes back into the picture. He is supposed to be this attorney, and this guy, but he's also a married man. We find out that he is going through a divorce, or at least that's what he's telling. That's what he's telling August, and they begin to try to, get to know each other, and get to know each other even more, because he says that he loves, he still loves her. He want to try again with her, and she wants to try with him too. She never stopped loving him. But she just can't seem to go that far, because she does her due diligence, and she finds out, because we believe in the keep your legs closed to married men. And we ain't trying to break up nobody's happy home or unhappy home, right? So she, constantly does her snooping and everything else. And, well, not snooping, but she does her research, okay? This is research for the matters of the heart. And so she does her research, to figure out, what's up. And she makes a phone call because she's upset. She needs a comforter. She calls him. He says, hey, listen, I'm busy. She goes on Instagram or goes on her social media, and she finds him, looks down at the pictures, and the latest picture of his wife, she noticed that she still has on her, she still has on her marriage ring, or her ring, or wedding ring on her finger. And so that puts a pause on her heart right there. And so it has an interview, they have a conversation. He's getting phone calls in Texas while they're trying to have a conversation. And he reveals that he has a son. He said, I have a son. I am, I'm in, we have a very good relationship. My son is my first priority, and he's my first priority. I love him. There's nothing going to change. But as far as me and my wife, we are getting a divorce. And so that quiets her a little bit. And Christian, the youngest boy, he comes into play. And he's shown, he's a young boy who is battling mental illness, but he is trying to, to plant his feet and show that he can handle the family business. And, he gets to learn, he's getting to know and trying to plant his trying to get his feet grounded into the family business and get to know the vineyards and everything else, because that's actually what his role is. He is actually in charge of the vineyards, and he has a sit down with Bridget, and she begins to teach him the ropes, get him acclimated, and teach him all about the vineyard life, right? And he is really studying it down, and he's really trying to doing his due diligence and doing his research, research in the family business. And so fast forward.